Go.
So just to clarify, in this one, this is the Hambleden Pairs Challenge Cup. It's a row over. So you've got Leander Club on the water. We'll come to that in a moment. So Leander Club on the water in the Hambleden Pairs Challenge Cup. It's a row over. So we know what's happening here. It should have been with Cambridge University, but they're not partaking. So you can see towards the back end, Elizabeth Witt and Juliet Perry in that Leander boat. No point in busting a gut here, is there?
No, it looks like they still gave the start a good go, and I think any chance you get to practice
is that
the start,
rehearsals? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's complicated down there. There's a lot going on, lining up. Even how the umpire starts you is very unique to this regatta. I think both of these athletes, being from Leander, will be well experienced. They've both raced Henley 5 times each, so they'll know it well, but still getting the chance to kind of rehearse that, go through the motions, I think is always beneficial. And a row over is always interesting because I think you can conserve some energy,
yes,
but then you don't get the race experience. So tomorrow these athletes are going to come up against two athletes that have been out here, had the pressure on them. So it's always interesting to see how you come into the regatta that one race later.
Well, Juliet Perry there in the stroke seat is definitely conserving energy. We've seen some rates drop off during races in the last few days, but nothing to quite this extent. Perry and Witt, Elizabeth Witt, who are experienced from Leander, and just in this pair, taking it steady, I think is a fair description.
Yeah, they are, and I think both have been members of the GB international team. There's been a lot of racing recently internationally, so I think maybe conserving a little bit of energy isn't the worst thing when you've been out there at the World Cups and doing that. So they're making the most of it, and I mean, fair play to them.
Yeah, they're going to have a busy weekend ahead, so that's a very sensible game plan. So Witt and Perry, no mistakes from them.
No, and they're rowing the pier well. I think piers are such interesting boats. They can look a little bit quirky. They're not like doubles that can be all very symmetrical, but I think these two athletes are quite well in time, and I know you can look at some piers and they've got unique little movements, but I like how these two athletes are moving, and obviously they don't have the pressure on them, but what you see people do at the lower rate is their footprint, so they're moving well. Looking forward to seeing them tomorrow.